Well, percenters, welcome back. Coach Tom here at 1424 Basketball Training, where the goal is to take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. In this video, I want to talk about what makes a coach good. How can you tell if a coach is good or if it's just the players? And then what I think about Coach Mike Budenholzer, the Milwaukee Bucks coach. All right, y'all. Sitting in the car here, in between, just left a training session. And this thing popped up into my mind because why I'm sitting in the car, because I got stuck in between clients because I spent more time with that person, coaching them outside of what was required. So I guess the first thing I would think about what makes a good coach is ask the players, ask the person they're coaching, like, is that person a good coach? And if you get that, you know, he's a good coach, she's a good coach, then you got a pretty good coach. In terms of what makes a good coach, I think it's really tough. The coach gives the player what they need, not what they want. What they need. Sometimes you need to give them tough love. Sometimes you need to rub their back. Sometimes you need to pick up their shoes. Sometimes you need to get the food for them. Sometimes you need to lead them. Sometimes you need to throw a ball at their face. Sometimes you gotta, you know, give it to them straight. The coach is not really the coach. That's how I see it. The coach is really the student. I take that very, very seriously. Through all the 10,000 plus hours I've done personal training, adults, kids, one-on-ones, all the counseling, all the psychotherapy, all the group clinics, trainings, I've always been the expert, but I'm not the expert. What makes me a good coach, I would think I'm a good coach. A lot of people say I'm a good coach. I still think I have a lot of room to improve. But what makes me, I think, unique or better is I don't really think I'm the expert. I go into coaching listening, observing. I watch what the players do. I watch how they move. I watch how they communicate with each other. I ask questions about, their life, video games they're playing. Do they have a girlfriend, boyfriend? How's school? How you're doing on finals? I try to get into my players' minds. Anybody that I'm training, I want to get into their minds. I want to see how I can help them. I want to understand them before I can actually help them. I used to go in with a set plan. This is the workout routine. This is what we're doing. We're doing 10 sets, 4 sets of 10, 5 sets of 5. Hold it at this rate. Hold it at this tempo. And when I first started as a personal trainer, I made everybody throw up because my only perspective was the intensity of my workouts and all the coaches that I had prior. So in the beginning, I trained people way too hard, way too hard. They would be beat up. They would be sore for 3-4 days. And some people would throw up. A lot of people would throw up in the beginning. So I had to learn how to tone it down and reprogram a lot of things because I realized that I guess I was just a really hard worker and most people didn't work that hard. So I had to really tone it down because it wasn't about me. It was about getting the results for that person or for that player. So as I evolved and I did more and more coaching, I did less and less planning, less and less talking. I have a general strategy, obviously, and a philosophy, 1% better every day. It's very counter to what I think most coaches do, where they say go hard all the time. I come from a I guess psychotherapy background where small habits make the biggest difference, because those things, those habits, those thoughts, they become who you are. They become your character. There's I think it's Confucius, it's like, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. And so it starts with your thoughts, right? Like watch your emotions, right? Watch all of those little things. So when I sense bad body language out of my group, I stop it right away. I nip it in the bud. I catch them if they're putting their heads down, hands on the hips, hands on the shoulders, not cheering each other on. If the energy's down, I stop practice. I gather them up. You know, sometimes they can figure it out themselves. Sometimes I yell. Sometimes I joke. But I have to change the energy. I have to change the vibe. They can't get down on themselves. They can't beat themselves up because I don't want that energy around my group or my guys. So I guess a long-winded way of what makes a good coach or what makes a great coach is, or I can't speak for everybody because everybody needs a different type of coach. Some people need the disciplinarian, the boot camp, the drill sergeant. Some people need, the person that's going to hold their hand and walk them through all of that. And me as a coach, I try to be all of that in one way, shape, form, or another. I think I'm much more of a puller and a inspirer versus a pusher, right? You need pushers. You definitely need pushers. But is everybody a pusher? No, I'm more of a puller. I try to inspire. I try to lead. I don't rally. I don't yell. I don't slam clipboards all the time. So I'm definitely not a pusher. So what do I think about Mike Budenholzer? What do I think about Mike? Any coach in the NBA, any assistant coach, any coach at a D1 level, any coach higher than me, I have a ton of respect for. But how am I judging him? I'm only really judging him off of what I know in the media, and that's, of course that's going to be inaccurate, but these are just my opinions. So Mike Budenholzer, what do I know? I know he came from the Spurs system, Greg Popovich. So he's going to be a really, really good coach. Can he win with Giannis and the way that he's coaching the Bucks? He's got them to first place in the East. So he's obviously a really, really good coach. You have to have really good players. Like Giannis is a really, really good player. As much as I hate on him, Giannis is a pretty dominating physical force. What makes me say that I don't think he's that good of a coach by NBA standards, comparing him against his own peers, is that he hasn't taken them to the next level. I haven't seen him develop players or hire staff, or from what I see, I haven't seen him develop a culture where I guess it's winning is the best way to describe it. Giannis, he's getting stronger, physically stronger. He's getting a little bit better, but I haven't seen the progress that I would love to see. So I don't really think he's a great coach. I think he's just benefiting from really, really talented superstar Giannis, and then things kind of just fall around him, and it's pretty hard to lose when you have one of the most dominating players in the league. Yeah, I think great coaches, kind of like Steve Kerr, he took something in the Warriors that Mark Jackson kind of built, and he took it to the next level, and then he was able to do that, adding in like KD and all this stuff. And the team that he had this year, I think, was probably his best coaching job ever. Just Steph Curry and a bunch of people that he had to develop. So I think Steve Kerr is a really, really great coach. I think Greg Popovich is a great coach. Ty Lue, jury's out. I don't believe that. I really believe that's just really lucky that he got paired up with LeBron. This situation here in LA, you got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So who other? D'Antoni. I think he's a good coach. I think he has a great system, but I don't think he's a great coach. Yeah, a lot of people don't like D'Antoni. I think great coaches, they get the respect out of everybody. They might not like the coach, but they definitely get the respect. Coach K comes to mind also. Yeah. So without ranting too much, it's hard to be a coach, man. It's really hard. It's definitely not meant for everybody. It's mentally, physically, and emotionally draining to be a coach, to lead people all the time. So that's the coaching life, and that's what I think about what makes a good coach, how you can tell whether it's the players or not, whether you can get the best out of your players. Can you raise the level of your players? Can you take them to new places they never believed was possible? And you'll only find that, if you ask the players, or if the coach and the team exceeds expectations of all the people around them. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.